What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Ultravox. And indeed, I do apologize. This deep dive slipped off longer than I intended. We are going to finish the mini LP EP now, which is from 1981, but again features tunes including live versions from the period when John Foxx was a singer. But I have downloaded and have ready to go the first track on Rage in Eden 1981, which is after the singer swap. So ultimately, I'll get back to that sooner than I would had I not gone so long, meaning I should try to get to it in the next 3 or 4 days. Again, a lot of deep dives are settling into like a 7 to 10 day rhythm just because of the vast number of material I'm going through now. But as I said, I'll make sure that at least the next Ultravox reaction comes in about half that time, and then perhaps it'll, fall into a similar rhythm. So in any case, I apologize for the slight delay or the slow speed of the Ultravox reactions. Once more, shout out to not only Han Solo for kicking off the Ultravox journey, but to Philip for providing the extent of their material. So yeah, we're going to listen to the final tune on the mini LP EP, which is Modern Love. I don't know, it feels like it might be a criticism, to call something like love, which is, at least in terms of the, entertainment and literature, it goes back as long as any human concept and remains a primary focus of real life and fictional entertainment and so on. But to call it modern love feels like there's an implied criticism, whether it's because now it's too transactional or commercial or just crass or perhaps even digitized. It feels like there might be some critique at hand, though to be fair, not really knowing what angle it'll take on it. It might not be a critical assessment in that way, but just that, this is what modern love is like because circumstances and conditions are not the same as they were in these age-old stories of, absolute and completely irrepressible love that, sort of highlights a lot of classic stories and so on. So let's find out what it actually is. This is Ultravox with an exclamation point. The tune is Modern Love, and it's the final track on the 1981 mini LP EP, though once again, these tunes are from the earlier period leading up to 79 when John Foxx had been the singer. cool. I like that a lot. Again, I like a lot of early 80s punk, and that has a late 70s, early 80s punk rock feel. But it also had this, kind of sing-songy sound. It was reminding me like if you took a late 70s punk tune and mixed it with kind of a Beatles type of composition, it might sound like that, which in turn made me think, I guess what that's saying is like, it's reminding me of like proto pop punk, which, pop punk is not a phrase that I think would be used until like a decade later at least. But ultimately, yeah, it had like a catchy, for lack of a better description, like a Beatles-esque type of feel, but it was in that raw late 70s, early 80s punk type of idiom. So yeah, it sounded cool in multiple respects as far as, my brain hears it. But yeah, like I said, I've gone through a number of John Foxx tunes, like an album and a half, I suppose, or maybe even close to 2 albums now. So I've gotten a sense of his work outside of this, which sounds very different now. Again, I didn't go through the earlier Ultravox albums, so I look forward to doing that at some point. But I'll continue to go forward, and again, I'll try to get back in the next few days, and we'll start Rage and Eden, which, just for the record, is a very funny record or album title. So looking forward to going through that. And yeah, ultimately, we'll get back onto the later and what I think is sort of the classic 80s group, or the lineup of the group. So yeah, we'll keep going forward through at least a few albums. As I said, big shout out to Philip who's made them available, and at some point we'll loop back and we'll do some more earlier Ultravox. But as I said, I'll keep going through solo John Foxx at the same time. So let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.